someone is excited. So, going for a trip, road trip. We're gonna check out Reykjavík, Skaftafell and Jökulsárlón. And yeah, my name is Valur Grettisson. I'm an editor in Reykjavík, and my cameraman is Bicnick, and that brilliant, excited dog is Polly. We're going now to Hellisheiði. Hellisheiði is like a notorious highland route in Iceland. It's like the one that we use the most. And a lot of people have mixed feelings about this place because they have to get to work and from work, and it's very often closed in the winter time, and people like have a really tough hate-love relationship with this. But I love it because like this is the first time when you go from Reykjavík to Hveragerði and Selfoss and therefore to the south coast, this is the place that you go to. And there you can see the smoke, right? This is a geothermal plant. It's a Hellisheiðarvirkjun. Trying to say that 3 times in a row. My father actually worked there. He was working there like he was a truck driver. And when they were building this stuff, he was there. And this thing, they give us like heat in our houses and stuff like this. And sometimes they even, accidentally though, they manufacture earthquakes, like man-made earthquakes in this area, which is quite scary because they like inject like stuff into the ground to get the hot, I don't know, like it's pressure out of the holes. And sometimes it ends up that we get like these small earthquakes. You don't really feel them in Reykjavík, but when I was like a journalist, our headquarters were really close to this area. We could feel this every day. We were like, why are there always earthquakes? And I actually ended up writing news about it at the time, like that they were actually, it was a man-made earthquake. It was like quite shocking for everyone. But it's not dangerous, hopefully. I mean, it could actually, it could go bad, like in worst case scenarios, so they don't even do it anymore, I think. And if they do it, they're doing it in a very careful way. It's a good road, but it needs like a lot of like maintenance, like especially over the winter, and like the frost, it really gets into the street itself, and it just really destroys the, what do you call it, like the cement and stuff like this. So they are like always in the winter, like there are like snow plows, like that's the thing that you're always meeting. But in the summertime, this place is quite magnificent. Like over there, you have like a ton of hiking routes. Over there, you even have like another heat, like thermal area. You can see the smoke's coming up from there. And this is like, we're now officially in the highlands. And the odd thing about the highlands is like often, especially in the winter, it has like a different kind of weather system. It's like if you read the weather forecast, like yeah, it's like nice weather in Reykjavík. It's like not that much wind and stuff like this. But if you're gonna go to Hellisheiði, you have to specifically check it out because the weather here is different. It's just eerie how weird, nasty, and brutal it can be. It's a beautiful day. I had to stop here and I had to show you one thing. I don't know if you can see it that well in the video. You can see these mountains, they're like quite far away. This is actually the Westman Island. This is like, it's close to where we're actually going. We are going to Vík, which is, and the original tale of Westman Island actually starts there, which is interesting. It's named by slaves, and they were bad mother effers. But if you take, zoom on this, it's like, you don't often see this like in such a beautiful day. Want something into it? Better than you think, man. Superfood, you know, like, and 300 grams. we were just riding here at Hvolsvöllur, and we found these guys here, and all of these cars, these Land Rover cars, which is all around. And I have to ask, like what is this?
This is the Icelandic Land Rover club called Iceland Rover, or Iceland Rover.
Okay.
That's the owners club of Iceland.
Okay, and everybody here is on Land Rovers?
Yes.
Like from a brand new one, I guess, to like older models?
Yep.
What's the oldest model?
The oldest model is
1960 something?
Yeah, 1960.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. How did this become a thing? Is this an old club or?
Well, this is all around the world. Club like this, and we are about what, 16 years old now?
Yeah, 16 years old. Yes.
Wow. Okay. How many are here in this club?
Well, I would guess around 70 people now here.
Okay.
Like 35 cars. Yes.
And where are you going?
In Þórsmörk.
Þórsmörk? Yeah, you need a good car for that, right?
Yes.
Are you thinking about COVID? How it's like? Is everybody like very?
Well, we are.
Yeah, exactly. We should do this, but we're getting careless, I guess.
Yes. We try to, like avoid. Well, in the car we are okay.
Yeah.
And we wash hands.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So we'll not have like 300 car owners. All of them have Land Rover now in quarantine.
We're going to have a dinner tonight, and we're going to separate the group.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Wow. Thanks for that. Have fun, man.
Oh,
and this is quite amazing. Sorry, just a quick. What's your name? If you start with you.
Bjarni.
And I'm David.
Bjarni and David.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
We are half on our way to Vík, barely so though, but yeah, we can see this monster over there. There's like this one white mountainous thing. It's a glacier and it's called Eyjafjallajökull. I say it fast now, Eyjafjallajökull. This glacier is notorious. It stopped all air traffic between the Europe and US for a week in 2011. And it's probably the reason that Iceland became a touristic booming country. It kind of started after that. But don't worry, like on the other side there is Mýrdalsjökull, and under there we have the incredibly powerful Katla, which is a volcanic a volcano. If sea will erupt, well, it will be like 10 times worse than Eyjafjallajökull. So there's a constant threat, I guess. Yeah, there you can see Þórsmörk is in the valley over there, like on the left side of the glacier. We were talking to the people before, perhaps they didn't get it. I asked them like, how are the rivers? There are a lot of rivers on the way to Þórsmörk. And if it's cold in the weather, it means that you're more likely to get to the end without losing your car in some rivers. So if it's cold, it means that the glaciers are still just frozen. But if it's hotter, then the rivers become like incredibly nasty even. A lot of people have basically lost their cars in these rivers. I love this waterfall. When it's really windy, it blows up. It's like insane to see it. It's like a reversed waterfall in like some Darren Aronofsky movie. It was Freyja, like the god of love, that went to get him. She says like, yes, I can say that everybody loves him. She says like, okay, if everybody loves him, then everybody needs to cry for him and mourn him. She says like, okay, we can do that. And she goes to the gods, to the humankind, and says like, here's a guy that is like, we want back, and we want you to like, to cry and mourn for him. And everybody said, of course, I mean, we love Baldur. So everybody in the whole world cries for Baldur for one day, except this one guy doesn't cry for him. And therefore, the Freyja goes back. She says like, everybody mourn for him. Like, you have to free him now. And then Hale says like, no, there was this one guy who didn't cry. Like, who was that? And they found out that there was actually a Loki, and he had disguised himself as a human and did not cry or mourn him, only to keep him in here. So he's a he's a motherfucker, but. So we're here in Vík in Mýrdal. It's Mýrdalshreppur. That's like the name of the whole area. This town itself is called Vík. It's probably the one stop that almost all tourists in Iceland stop at, and it's absolutely breathtakingly beautiful, as you can see. A few interesting things about the towns, not only few, like a lot of interesting things actually. One of them, which I think is interesting, is that you can see the sand beaches there. And the thing is, like, Vík in Mýrdal is one of the very few places, if not the only place in Iceland, that doesn't really have a harbor. So in the 1900s and before, they basically just dragged their boats into the sands and they just went out there and fished. Had some fish. Fished, yeah, right? On the left here you have Mýrdalsjökull. Now, this is a terrifying place, trust me. The reason is solely because there is underneath all of this, we only can see like a tiny bit of it, but underneath all of this is the most brutal volcano in Iceland called Katla. Katla is also like a beautiful Icelandic name actually for women. But this horrific volcano erupted last time like early 1900. And when it erupted, what happened is that all this snow melts like almost in a split second. And when that happens, the people down there, they have 20 minutes to get themselves out of the town. They have to basically leave everything they love, go into the cars and just drive like madmen. But trust me, it's not, I mean, it's a constant danger actually that Icelanders always have everywhere. When it even starts when you come to Iceland, when you land in Keflavíkurflugvöllur, in the airport international in Iceland, there is actually a volcanic area just like a few kilometers away in Grindavík, and which could also be like devastating if it would erupt it. So it's like, when you come to Iceland, that's the reality of everything. The country is kind of, the nature is in charge, that's the thing. This over there is Mýrdalsjökull. You saw the glimpse of it in our video about Vík in Mýrdal. But here it is in all its like beauty and brutalism. But you see like how like sunny and nice it is there. It looks like beautiful and good weather. But if you actually just turn around here, you can see that we have a sandstorm on the other side. Like, check this out. We've seen actually like 2 or 3 like small like sand twisters. So we're now on our way to Skaftafell, I guess. It's like within an hour since we were in Vík in Mýrdal. And then hopefully, if the weather allows, we will end up in Jökulsárlón before the night before it gets dark. But don't worry, it gets dark around 11 o'clock at the night or something like that. So I think we're quite good. This here behind me is Hamrafoss. It's come from the cliffs there. We call it Hamrar in Icelandic. And you can see this, of course, sign here. The farmers here, they ask us not to go inside their land. And it's a typical example, actually, of like beautiful land that some farms are at. They're not that interested or keen in travel industry. They're doing just their farming business. But they have this absolutely beautiful and unique waterfalls there. Check out like the cliffs over here. You can see them pretty well, right? See how how flat they are actually. It's probably because like thousands of years ago there was actually a glacier here. You can see how they are flat in the mountain. This is why they're so oddly shaped. So, I mean, we're here at abandoned Iceland, and what more can clear way to show that than like an empty road and Vatnajökull behind me. We're at the edge of Vatnajökull right now. We haven't met a car for how long, Art? Oh, he never answered me, so why ask him? Probably for like 30, 40 minutes. There was one car that actually passed us on the way here, but there is nobody here basically. So you have here Vatnajökull. I've been to the top of this glacier actually, to Hvannadalshnjúkur, another hard word for you to learn. And it was I mean, to get there it's really, really hard. Trust me, it's incredibly hard. But if you're like in a fine physical state, then it should not be that much of a problem. If you're on a snowmobile, it would be really easy, I guess. So yeah, I like this area. It's like it's mysterious in some ways. It has a mystique aura over it. And I see a car actually, but this is like what do you call it? Like transport car. They're transporting some goods to I don't know where. Probably to Hafnarfjörð or something. Anyways, we're going to, where are we going to? Jökulsárlón, yeah. So I think we're close now. We've been driving for, like, we started Reykjavík at what, 9 o'clock? It's 5 o'clock now. So we're probably close. Yeah? A lot of people. So we're here to our black castle, as you can see. It's like all black. It goes very well with the nature, to be honest. It's like black with grass on its roof, which is quite classic in Iceland. What we are kind of surprised by is like there are a lot of cars here. So this is obviously not empty. A lot of Icelanders, I guess, or expats that are actually just traveling around. We have a room here for, I think it's the name of Valur Grettisson or Reykjavík. We're here at Fosshotel, a wonderful hotel. I met this Arna and 80s. They're from Ísafjörður, like the hardcore west in Iceland. And we're gonna play Olsen Olsen, like kind of, I don't know, like félagsvist of, nobody understood that. But anyways, Olsen Olsen is a very traditional card game in Iceland. And we're gonna do this, I'm gonna beat them of course. If not, well then, I say like, if I win actually, you have to tell me a secret or something. Okay. Right? There has to be a prize.
Alright. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah?
A secret.
Yeah. A secret.
Either one. The one that loses should tell a secret.
Okay.
Okay. Good with you're good at.
And the same with goes with you. You have to tell the secret if you lose, or you're just gonna cut it out.
Okay. Okay.
I hope it's gonna be a long game because I have to think about a secret.
Okay. Ah, yes.
I'll do them.
So this is the end of our road trip. Thanks for being with us. If you want to see more about Jökulsárlón, you can check out our video, hopefully up here. If not, then hopefully up here. If you don't like anything, you just subscribe and like and just write a nasty comment about it. And goodbye.